Congratulations, Mom. You have a baby girl. Wow. Listen to the pipes on her, man.
Jessy, Hannah gave birth. How does it feel to be a Chicago Med mother?
Oh my gosh, it's very rewarding. You know, I came to set that day and was like, we're having our baby, you guys. Mabel is definitely a Chicago Med baby and belongs to us all. But I'm very proud. I'm very proud of the moments that we got to have and the journey in which we took to get here. I feel like it was very nuanced and it had so much to it, and it wasn't the typical way of how we maybe could have gone through a pregnancy and through a birth. Definitely wasn't, you know, a typical birth. But at the same time, it was amazing that all of these different fears and all of these different things that plagued her and gave her nightmares and made her push Dean away and other people away. And those were just her fears. And I really love that we got to have a beautiful moment and a beautiful bonding moment. And obviously, there was the connection of a declaration from Archer that happens.
I love you, Hannah. And I have for a long time.
It's very rewarding because it is in this moment of look at what we've created. And it's tied in with Frost's father passing away and just everybody on Earth. If you're here, it means you've been birthed. And if you are here, it means you will also die. There's no getting away from either of those. And so to have those two stories played out within each other and having them just really support one another in the beauty and the just the epitome of what life is. It's life and death. I think that having the birthing scene paired with that death scene was so profound on so many ways. And I'm so proud of the work that we got to do with this birth.
Thousands of moments, which revealed to me what I feel for you.
Well, I want to talk about the Archer declaration because Archer does tell Hannah that he loves her, but she doesn't say it back. At first she's like, thank you for telling me.
But thank you for telling me now.
But then
I'm so glad you noticed that.
Yes, but she does kiss him. So This is a question for both of you. Is Hannah in love with Archer, and why didn't she express her feelings toward him in that moment verbally?
That's a tough question, so I'll let Jessy answer it.
Well, Allen and I had a conversation about the thank you. You know, he was concerned and wanted to take that away, possibly feeling like it was kind of just, you know, a scooch away from him. And when I looked at that, I was really attached to I'm glad you told me now. Yeah. Because the now for me was really important because Hannah up to that point could not even fathom or take on what this other responsibility of somebody else was at this time.
My general overall anxiety, I couldn't really process it.
Thank you for telling me now means I'm so grateful, and now we can be in this moment, and now we can move forward. Now we can actually address this. I do believe that Hannah loves Dean. I do believe that there is a love there. And I think from this moment on, we get to explore what that love could possibly be. And I don't even know that Hannah knows what that looks like. And maybe that's why you're unsure.
Yeah.
What Hannah feels at that moment.
It was designed to be ambiguous. And I think, you know, Stephen and Jessy played it so beautifully that definitely comes across that they're not quite on the same page, but the emotion is real and there is love there.
Yeah.
I was concerned, with her saying thank you is like, this is very guy centric, but it's like you tell a girl you love her. Not that this has ever happened to me. I'm talking about other people, but and they're like, that's so sweet. Thank you. I didn't want it to be like that. I didn't want it to be pity.
Well, but I did like how she's taking her time because the emotions are running high. She did just give birth.
Yeah.
And, if she had said it, I don't know if I would have even believed it yet. It's like now.
Well, that was the interesting thing. We had a lot of conversations about that as I was like, okay, so here we are. We're about to do this kitsch, which I think we both thought was all of us, all three of us, everybody probably.
Me
thought
too.
Was incredibly, all of us thought it was incredibly important and it made sense and it was necessary. But we're also saying Hannah's just been through this journey that she was not ready to accept this. And how is it that she's literally saying, I wasn't there yet to all of a sudden just switching there. And I feel like it was really, Alan and I talked about this. Is this a kiss where she just cuts him off and doesn't let him speak and it's that movie moment? Or is it, can she take a second and see that she really feels this? Because I believe there is so much adoration and so much love between these characters. And now we're in this space of how do we define that? And that's I think next season.
Next season,
Possibly.
Alan, how will
Alan
you be
as I
defining
say,
it?
right?
Yeah.
It will be defined next year.
Okay. Do you think that they have a chance of making it, these two? Because they've kind of been together, been apart. Could they be the real deal?
I think that they have a chance for sure. And I think that whether or not they're the real deal, I think they're definitely the real deal. It's just because people love each other doesn't always mean a relationship will succeed.
I can't pretend I'm not in love with you.
You're just so corny. It makes it really easy to not cry.
Okay, to shift gears just slightly. Jessy, also in the finale, Ripley and Lennox profess their love for each other. What will Hannah, will she have a reaction to this? What will she think of that?
Oh, that's interesting. I feel like it's been kind of fun to figure out what her reaction has been along the way, because I, as Jessy, obviously am reading the scripts, but I need to remember Hannah didn't know for a really long time up until recently, where it's, Abby's character, Dr. Lavelle, is looking at the lovers' quarrel, and we could definitely see that Hannah has some thoughts about it with Doris. But I think what's really neat about the Ripley and Asher relationship, I love that we've gotten to work together so much this season, because both of them have grown so much individually. And I feel like there is a care and a respect that, there was always a care there before, but there's a deeper relationship now that they're not together almost. And there's this fantastic moment that Luke gives in the finale episode where they're paging Dr. Archer to labor and delivery. And he's like, oh, that must mean that Hannah's in labor. And he gives this look that just has so much love and sweetness to it that I think that Hannah honestly would be protective of Ripley. Obviously, she would take sides for sure. And I think that she would be protective of Ripley, but I think all she wants is the best for him, for sure. I think that obviously there's always a little jealousy.
Of course, how could there not be?
Post-relationship, there's a deep respect there, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of anger anymore.
No, yeah.
And it's like the best case scenario, really. They still acknowledge they were together and that they felt something together, but they've moved on.
The finale also ends with a bombshell. Goodwin is asked to resign or else she will be fired. What can you say about this? Is she not coming back in season 12? What can you tease?
Well, you won't be used to this, but I'm going to give you a straight answer.
Okay.
Essie Patha Murkerson will definitely be back next season, but she is going to be engaging with Miranda for the fight of her life. And I think what Goodwin says at the toward the end of the finale, if you want to fight Miranda, you're going to get one. And I think those words are very true. And I think that you see that in Sharon's eyes during that very last shot before we go to Dick's credit. And I'll just say that, that was Ipatha's idea to look into the lens. That was not scripted. It was the fifth and final take. And she just said, I want to try something.
Wow.
And then she did that. And we all oh my God. Yeah. You get goosebumps and a little scared, and you feel guilty, and you feel like you want to apologize, but you don't know why or for what.
So protective. I felt scared and protective. I was like,
Yes.
there's going to be riots.
Yeah.